Opinions are shaped by their own experiences, biases, and limitations, and they often have little to do with your true worth. By seeking validation from others, you are giving away your power, allowing someone else's perspective to define who you are. This can lead to a cycle of people-pleasing, where you constantly try to mold yourself into what you think others want you to be, rather than embracing who you truly are. This cycle is not only exhausting, but also damaging to your self-esteem, as it perpetuates the belief that your worth is contingent on external approval. To break free from the need for external validation, you must first cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness. This involves getting to know yourself on a deeper level, understanding your strengths, weaknesses, values, and aspirations. It's about recognizing what truly matters to you and what makes you feel fulfilled, regardless of whether others understand or agree. This self-awareness allows you to define your own standards for success and happiness, rather than relying on society's often narrow and superficial definitions. When you are clear about who you are and what you stand for, you are less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others. You begin to trust your own judgment, to make decisions based on what feels right for you, and to take responsibility for your own happiness. Another key aspect of releasing the need for external validation is learning to embrace and accept yourself fully, flaws and all. This means acknowledging that you are not perfect, and that's okay. Perfection is an illusion, and the pursuit of it often leads to self-criticism and a constant feeling of inadequacy. By accepting yourself as you are, you begin to see that your worth is not tied to how perfect you appear to others, but to the unique qualities and experiences that make you who you are. Self-acceptance is about being kind to yourself, forgiving your mistakes, and recognizing that your imperfections are what make you human. It's about understanding that you are enough, just as you are, without needing to prove yourself to anyone else. Letting go of external validation also means embracing the idea that not everyone will like or approve of you, and that's perfectly fine. You cannot control how others perceive you, nor should you try. People's opinions of you are often more about them, their beliefs, their insecurities, their expectations, than they are about you. When you stop seeking approval from others, you free yourself from the pressure to conform to other people's expectations. You begin to live more authentically, making choices that align with your true self rather than what you think will make others happy. This authenticity not only leads to greater self-respect, but also attracts people who appreciate you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. One of the most liberating aspects of releasing the need for external validation is the realization that you are the only one who truly knows what is best for you. You are the expert on your own life, and no one else can fully understand your experiences, your dreams, or your challenges. By trusting yourself and your own instincts, you begin to make decisions that are aligned with your values and your vision for your life. You stop looking to others for approval or permission and start giving yourself the validation you need. This shift in perspective allows you to take ownership of your life, to pursue your goals with confidence, and to live in a way that is true to who you are. To truly stop seeking external validation, you must also learn to find validation within yourself. This means cultivating a sense of inner worth that is not dependent on external circumstances. It's about developing self-compassion, where you treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. It's about recognizing your accomplishments, no matter how small, and taking pride in them. It's about giving yourself credit for the effort you put in, even if the outcome isn't perfect. By validating yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are worthy, not because of what others think, but because of who you are. The process of letting go of external validation is ongoing and requires consistent effort. It involves continually reminding yourself that your worth is not contingent on others' approval, but on your own belief in yourself. It's about challenging the thoughts and behaviors that keep you tied to the need for external validation and replacing them with practices that build your self-esteem and confidence. Over time, as you continue to validate yourself from within, you will find that the opinions of others hold less power over you. You will become more resilient, more self-assured, and more at peace with who you are. This inner strength will allow you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, knowing that your worth is not something that can be given or taken away by others, but something that is inherently yours. Ultimately, the journey to stop seeking external validation is one of self-discovery and empowerment. It's about reclaiming your sense of self-worth, trusting your own judgment, and living in a way that is true to you. It's about understanding that you are enough, just as you are, and that you do not need anyone else's approval to feel worthy or valuable. Letting go of toxic relationships is one of the most profound acts of self-respect and self-preservation that you can undertake. Toxic relationships, whether they be with friends, family, or romantic partners, are those connections that drain your energy, erode your self-esteem, and hinder your growth. They are the relationships that leave you feeling depleted, anxious, and unhappy, often causing more harm than good. These are the connections where you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, questioning your worth, and doubting your instincts. In toxic relationships, the balance of give and take is often skewed, leaving you to shoulder more of the emotional burden, to compromise more than you should, and to accept less than you deserve. Letting go of such relationships is not only necessary for your mental and emotional well-being, but also essential for your personal growth and happiness. Recognizing a toxic relationship is the first step in the process of letting go. Toxic relationships can be insidious, creeping into your life subtly, often disguised as love, friendship, or support. They can be difficult to identify because they are not always blatantly harmful. Sometimes the toxicity is masked by moments of kindness, affection, or care, making it hard to see the relationship for what it truly is. You may find yourself making excuses for the other person's behavior, convincing yourself that things will get better, or blaming yourself for the issues in the relationship. However, if you find that the relationship consistently leaves you feeling worse about yourself, if it diminishes your sense of self-worth, or if it stifles your growth, it is likely toxic. Recognizing this truth can be painful, especially if the relationship is with someone you care deeply about. But it is a crucial step toward freeing yourself from the cycle of negativity and harm. Once you have acknowledged the toxicity, the next step is to understand that letting go is not a sign of weakness or failure. On the contrary, it is a powerful act of self-love and strength. It takes courage to walk away from a relationship that has been a significant part of your life, especially if there is a strong emotional attachment or a history of shared experiences. But holding on to a toxic relationship out of fear, guilt, or obligation only prolongs your suffering. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of pain, preventing you from moving forward and finding healthier, more fulfilling connections. Letting go is not about giving up on someone or abandoning them. It's about choosing yourself, about prioritizing your own well-being, and about recognizing that you deserve to be in relationships that uplift and support you, not ones that bring you down. The process of letting go often involves setting boundaries, which can be difficult, especially if you have been in a pattern of accommodating or tolerating toxic behavior. Setting boundaries means clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not, and being firm in your decision to protect your emotional and mental space. It might mean limiting contact, ending conversations that turn negative, or even cutting ties completely if necessary. This can be particularly challenging if the toxic person is someone you have a deep history with, such as a family member or a long-term friend. You may fear the backlash, the judgment, or the loss of connection. However, it is important to remember that boundaries are not about punishing the other person, they are about protecting yourself. They are about creating a safe space where you can heal, grow, and thrive without the constant negativity that a toxic relationship brings. Letting go of toxic relationships also requires a shift in mindset. one that involves releasing the guilt, shame, or responsibility that you may feel for the other person's behavior. In toxic relationships, it is common to take on more than your fair share of blame, to feel responsible for the other person's happiness, or to believe that you can somehow fix the situation if you just try harder. But the truth is, you are not responsible for someone else's behavior, and you cannot change them if they are not willing to change themselves. Letting go means accepting that the only person you have control over is yourself, and that your priority must be your own well-being. It means recognizing that it is not your job to save or fix anyone else, especially at the expense of your own health and happiness. The emotional process of letting go can be incredibly challenging. You may experience a range of emotions, from sadness and grief to anger and relief. It is normal to mourn the loss of the relationship, even if it was toxic, because you are letting go of not just the person, but also the hopes, dreams, and expectations that you had for the relationship. You may feel a sense of loss for the good times you shared, or for the potential you believed the relationship had. It's important to allow yourself to feel these emotions, to grieve the loss, and to give yourself the space and time you need to heal. Healing is not a linear process, and it may take time to fully recover from the impact of a toxic relationship. But with each day, as you move further away from the toxicity, you will begin to feel lighter, freer, and more at peace. Part of letting go involves reclaiming your power and rebuilding your self-esteem. Toxic relationships often leave deep scars, eroding your confidence and making you doubt your worth. As you distance yourself from the toxicity, it's important to focus on rebuilding your sense of self, to remind yourself of your value, and to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, who remind you of your strengths and capabilities, and who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Take the time to reconnect with your passions, to pursue your goals, and to invest in your personal growth. The more you focus on yourself and your well-being, the easier it will be to let go of the toxic relationship and to move forward with your life. Letting go of toxic relationships also opens the door to new, healthier connections. When you release the negativity from your life, you create space for positive, supportive, and loving relationships to enter. You attract people who respect your boundaries, who value your worth, and who contribute to your growth and happiness. These new connections are built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding, allowing you to experience relationships in a way that is fulfilling and enriching. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you make room for what truly nourishes your soul. As you move forward, it's important to maintain the lessons you've learned from letting go of toxic relationships. Be mindful of the signs of toxicity and trust your instincts when something doesn't feel right. Continue to set and enforce boundaries, and don't be afraid to walk away from situations or people that do not align with your values or well-being. Remember that you deserve to be in relationships that bring out the best in you, that support your growth, and that make you feel loved and valued. By letting go of toxic relationships, you are choosing to honor yourself, to protect your peace, and to live a life that is free from the negativity that once held you back. Letting go of toxic relationships is not an easy journey, but it is a necessary one. It requires courage, strength, and a deep commitment to yourself. But as you let go, you will find that you are stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever realized. You will discover a sense of freedom and peace that comes from no longer carrying the weight of a toxic relationship. You will reclaim your power, rebuild your self-esteem, and create a life that is filled with love, joy, and fulfillment. And in doing so, you will come to know your worth in a way that is unshakable, undeniable, and truly your own. Investing in your growth is one of the most empowering and transformative decisions you can make for yourself. It is a commitment to continuously evolve, to push beyond your comfort zones, and to become the best version of yourself. When you invest in your growth, you are choosing to prioritize your development, both personally and professionally, and to embrace a mindset of lifelong learning and self-improvement. This investment is not just about acquiring new skills or knowledge, it's about nurturing your entire being, mind, body, and spirit. It's about recognizing that you are a work in progress and that every step you take towards your growth brings you closer to your fullest potential. Investing in your growth means dedicating time, energy, and resources to activities that expand your horizons, challenge your limitations, and enrich your life in meaningful ways. To truly invest in your growth, you must first cultivate a deep sense of self-awareness. This involves taking the time to reflect on where you are in your life, where you want to be, and what it will take to get there. It's about understanding your strengths, identifying your weaknesses, and being honest with yourself about the areas in which you need to improve. Self-awareness is the foundation of growth because it provides you with a clear sense of direction and purpose. It allows you to set realistic and meaningful goals that are aligned with your values and aspirations. Without self-awareness, it's easy to get lost in the pursuit of growth for growth's sake, without any real sense of what you're trying to achieve or why it matters to you. Once you have a clear understanding of yourself and your goals, the next step in investing in your growth is to seek out opportunities for learning and development. This could mean enrolling in courses, attending workshops, reading books, or seeking out mentors who can guide you on your journey. It's about being proactive in acquiring the knowledge and skills you need to succeed in your chosen field or to enhance your personal life. However, investing in your growth is not limited to formal education or training. It's also about learning from life experiences, embracing challenges, and being open to new perspectives. Every experience, whether positive or negative, offers a lesson that can contribute to your growth. By approaching life with a curious and open mind, you can turn everyday experiences into valuable opportunities for learning and development. Investing in your growth also requires a commitment to self-discipline and perseverance. Growth is not always easy, and it often involves stepping outside of your comfort zone and facing your fears. It's about pushing through the obstacles, the setbacks, and the self-doubt that inevitably arise on the path to self-improvement. Self-discipline is about staying focused on your goals, even when the journey becomes difficult or when distractions threaten to derail your progress. It's about making the necessary sacrifices, whether that means dedicating time to study instead of leisure or choosing long-term benefits over short-term gratification. Perseverance is the ability to keep going even when the results are not immediate and to maintain faith in the process of growth. It's about understanding that growth is a marathon, not a sprint, and that true transformation takes time, effort, and patience. Another key aspect of investing in your growth is the willingness to embrace change and adapt to new circumstances. Growth often requires you to let go of old habits, beliefs, or ways of thinking that no longer serve you. It's about being flexible and open to new ideas, even if they challenge your current worldview. Embracing change means being willing to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to explore new possibilities. It's about recognizing that growth and comfort cannot coexist, and that true growth often occurs when you are willing to leave behind what is familiar and comfortable. Change can be intimidating, but it is also a powerful catalyst for growth, pushing you to evolve and adapt in ways you never thought possible. Investing in your growth also means prioritizing your well-being. Your physical, mental, and emotional health are the foundation upon which your growth is built. Without a strong foundation, it's difficult to sustain the energy and focus needed for continuous self-improvement. This means taking care of your body through regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest. It means nurturing your mind by engaging in activities that stimulate your intellect and creativity, such as reading, journaling, or engaging in meaningful conversations. It also means tending to your emotional health by practicing self-care, seeking support when needed, and managing stress in healthy ways. When you prioritize your well-being, you are better equipped to handle the challenges that come with growth and to maintain the resilience needed to keep moving forward. Part of investing in your growth is also about surrounding yourself with positive influences and supportive relationships. The people you choose to spend time with can have a significant impact on your growth journey. Positive relationships with mentors, peers, and loved ones can provide encouragement, guidance, and accountability, helping you stay on track and motivated. On the other hand, toxic or negative influences can hinder your growth, drain your energy,